Stop trying to get rich, especially trying to get rich quickly. And this is specifically aimed at you if you are in the self-help or personal development space online. If you're in any community, whether it's a free one or a paid one, and it's aimed at trying to improve your life or better yourself, and especially trying to make more money in person or online or in any way, shape, or form. I specifically am making this video as a kind of a rant because I've been talking to a bunch of people over this past year, probably in the hundreds of people over this past year, specifically about making money online, getting rich, and, how in the past year, I've started making money online properly, and a lot of people following this let's get rich quick online is almost sounding like a get rich quick scheme. And in some places, people actually are unfortunately scammed. But today I want to kind of shed some light and have a little bit of a rant about why I believe you shouldn't try to get rich quick, or especially you shouldn't be trying to find the most effective or lucrative business model. The amount of young guys I've been talking to, whether it's one-to-one in a DM or whether it's in a voice chat over the past year, and they're all trying to find the most lucrative, most profitable business. What's the most profitable niche? What's the best trending product right now to dropship? And everybody has it wrong. And I'm not here to tell you I have it right either, because I've been procrastinating now for nearly a few years over, well, what's my business? How am I going to start making money properly? More than just like a few $100s a month or whatever. So the first thing is actually something I mentioned in a previous video. Maybe I'll link it below if I remember to, but certainly in the future I will hopefully link it. And that is that if you're focused on the money, you will never attain it. You'll never obtain whatever you're trying to bring into your life. And depending on what your beliefs are and faiths are, this is kind of where the law of attraction comes in. Because the law of attraction is technically the law of unblocking. And again, I don't want to go down that whole spiritual rabbit hole of reality, but what a lot of people don't realize is that they're trying to bring something into their life, but they've got all these blockages in the way that are prohibiting them from allowing that stuff or those elements to come into their life. Now, the reason there's a lot of entrepreneurial and kind of well-off influencers, like the likes of Luke Belmar, Iman Gadzhi, obviously Andrew Tate with The Real World and everything like that, these people that talk about attracting it and having hustler mode on and grinding for it, there's an element of truth to that if you apply a level of action to it. Now, if you are somebody that actually does exactly what they say they're going to do, which most people don't do, we have to be open to admit that. I don't myself a lot of the time. If we take action on exactly what we're saying we're going to do, most people don't have intentionality with what they're saying, which is another lack of communication skill as well. I myself there have problems there as well, because most of us do it. Most of us don't really think about what we're trying to say most of the time. I've got another whole video about communication. I'll try and link that below as well. Very long, in-depth video about it. And when we don't talk with intention, we end up just blabbering and end up not having any intention with anything we're doing at all. So the one thing you want to aim on is, if you are listening to people that say you want to engage hustler mode, grind, engage self-discipline, and grind towards what you're aiming for in life, there's no inherently bad advice there. Because if you work on your discipline and your level of self-control and emotional control and mental clarity, and you have intentionality with what you're saying, then absolutely, go ahead and take action on whatever most profitable business model you want. However, 99.9% of people do not have good intentionality with what they're saying. There's no good intention behind what you're trying to do. Well, not necessarily no good intention, but you don't have enough intention behind your words and what you're saying. And that means that, therefore, you're not going to take action on whatever you actually find. If someone said to you today, the way to start making money online quickly is by going and selling, let's say, portable saunas. I don't know. You know, you buy them on Alibaba for $400. You sell them for $600 to $1,000. You market them across social media. That's the most trending product for the next 3 years. Now, that could be a thing that actually works. I've even looked into that. But I know that that's not something that's most likely going to get me where I want to be. The idea of selling saunas online is a little bit of fun, maybe, but it's more of like a kind of, if I already have money coming in while I'm doing it, it's a fun little game to play to make some more money, maybe. But the idea of intention behind that means that you actually need to have some form of enjoyment or passion towards it. And the whole point of trying to pursue something should be because you love doing it, not because it's going to make you more money. And if right now making loads of money is what you're passionate about, then you need to do some self-reflecting, because unless you're in a dire situation where, you know, you've got loads of debts, or you need to, you know, move out of your parents' house, or you need to move out of living with your buddies, then I can understand the situation. But I don't think most people's situation is that dire. I think it's less than 1% of the entire self-help community which are actually in a dire situation where they can barely afford to pay their bills, or they have to move out really, really soon from their family's home. In most situations, you have the ability to focus on a long-term 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 2-year-long business plan. And this isn't even to say that it's going to take a long time to make your first $1,000, $10,000 by doing something that you actually are passionate about doing, something that you wake up with intention wanting to do every single day. Because what I've said to everybody now is, if you would do it for free, that's what your business should be. I mean, I love filmmaking, I love creative, you know, being creative, I love storytelling, come up with ideas. I do that in my sleep anyway, I dream about it, you know. So of course I'm going to do it for free, because I already do it for free anyway. I make films for free because no one's paying me yet. Any film I've worked on, it's been for free. So I have proof behind my own response there. I've already done it for free. That's how I got clients for free. So if you wouldn't do it for free, then it's probably not the right business to start. And here's another thing for you. Let's say you have two options. Let's say you really love graphic design, and you also have another business idea to start drop shipping health and fitness products of some kind. Now, the graphic design would become a service that you'd do. To begin with, it would just be getting a few clients, making your first few $1,000s online, maybe hiring some contractors in the near future, and working on what you love, graphic design, for clients, a business that you love to do because you love graphic design. Now, that might pay you $4,000, $5,000 because you get 4 or 5 clients at $1,000 a month each. Or you find a bunch of trending health and fitness products that could potentially make you $10,000 to $20,000 a month. Now, are you going to pick the one that gives you $10,000 to $20,000 a month that isn't where your passion lies, or are you going to make less doing what you're passionate about? Because the thing is here, it's not about making less or more from your passion or not your passion, but actually it's the fact that in the end, something you focus on that you're passionate about and you enjoy will actually make you more in the long run. And this comes back to kind of the law of attraction and law of unblocking, because once you unblock everything in your way of getting you to where you actually want to be, you start attracting the things into your life, and you start getting opportunities come your way that you originally desired. But as soon as you no longer need them, they will come into your life. You know, as soon as I didn't need clients anymore, you start getting more clients. You know, as soon as you didn't actually really need to increase the price anymore to try and survive, you then get opportunities where you could easily increase the price. So you need to think about this as, it's like, do I want to make the quick bucks now, and potentially this business dies in 6 to 12 months, or maybe makes a bit more then dies? Or do I stick to what I love doing, that I'm passionate about, and I'll do even if I could do it for free, and then potentially this business does 100x in the next 6 years, or even 3 years, or a year. Because when you love doing something so much you do it for free, the things that would stress most people out because they don't enjoy it are the things that you just grind through regardless, because it doesn't even cross your mind that this is stressful. It's just part of the process and you love doing it so much. And because you're passionate about something, you do it regardless of how you feel about the processes involved, because it's just fun and enjoyable and the stress is fun for you. There might be things that are hard about it, but you just love the process of it because you're just so passionate about that thing. So for instance, if you're a graphic designer and you started a graphic design agency only making a couple of K a month to begin with, but you're so passionate about it that it's just inevitable that it will grow and grow and grow and grow and grow because you're so passionate about it. Because anything that is linked to your passion or to what you just naturally flow doing will naturally provide more and more and more for you in your life, over your entire life, because you're passionate about it, because it's where you naturally flow in. It's what your natural flow state and tasks are. Whatever activities you do, regardless of how you feel, because you love them so much. Compared to something that is just trying to chase the quick bag, trying to make some more money quickly. Now, of course, there's a kind of meta question to this, which is, well, the meta response to this, which is, if your passion is finding different ways to make money, or if your passion is building businesses, then this is kind of a meta response to it, because it's kind of the response that relates to the question itself. Like, if don't worry about the money, what would you do if you could do it for free? But if what you love doing so much you would do it for free is building businesses, then that's great. It's amazing. So the question can kind of relate to itself. The answer can relate to the question. So obviously you need to consider that, because obviously you don't want to confuse the idea of, do I love building business or not? Do I love kind of deals and working on the structure of a business? Is that what I love doing? And the best way to know what you love truly doing is whether or not you would do it for free, because you're going to have to do it for free most likely to get started, or it's at least going to cost you to get started to a certain extent, whether it's time, money, effort, whatever it might be. So to begin with, simply ask yourself, what would you do for free? If you're not going to make any money from it, because you don't need to make money from it, what would you do for free? And then go from there. Whatever, because then, once you know what you do for free, your actual deep desires and passions start coming up to your ideas and start to surface in your mind. Then you know what you want to truly do. And yes, it might take some self-reflecting to get the truest answer, because it still might be connected to making the quickest amount of money, or making this, making that. But once you start self-reflecting, maybe even having to journal or something, I don't know, but whatever you do for free, it's the business that you should start, and it will get you further than you could possibly imagine. It will make you more than you could possibly imagine, because as soon as you start focusing on your passion and stop focusing on the money will come, and more than you can possibly imagine. And that's exactly what I'm focusing on. So, not too long of a rant, only like 13, 15 minutes long, but focus on your passion, focus on what you love, because it will get you through the stressful times, because anything of value and that has achievement in it will be stressful, will be hard work. This isn't easy. It's just simple to follow your passion. Things should be simple, and you should scale simplicity. Nothing should be, difficult, but it will be hard. There's simplicity and difficulty, and things should be simple, but they're not going to be easy. So the reason it's not going to be easy is what's going to get you through the difficult. What's going to get you through hard times is doing something you love doing. And that should be something that you do for free. That's the best way to ask yourself what you actually truly love. So there we go. That's my rant over. But focus on something that you would do even if you do it for free, because that's your truest passion. And don't focus on the money, because when you start focusing on the money, you will not get as far as you aim to get. Because once you have the money, what next? That's the reason. Because, okay, great, you made 100K, you made a million, you made 10 million, 100 million, billion. What now? You don't really know what your passion is. So focus on what you love, because that will bring you the most you could ever wish for and ask for. So do that, and wish you all the best with it. And check out the videos below, like I mentioned. It will help you with everything I mentioned. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.